Hey, welcome to another adventure in the Calumet Wilderness with Sam Love. I am your host, Sam Love. Well, I'm really excited right now. We are around Oak Ridge Prairie Park in Griffith. We're near Reeder Road. You know, that's one of my favorite places. And it looks like the new connector to the C&O Trail, which goes through the heart of Merrillville, is open. They've been working on this for a while. Last couple of times I've been out here, they've had a barrier up, even though it looks like it's paved as far as the eye can see. Today, the barrier has been moved to the side. Nothing saying don't go down here. So let's go check it out. All right, let's see what it looks like up here. Hoping these trees act as a windbreak because it's pretty windy today. It's a beautiful day. That's the Turkey Creek Trail down that way, which connects to the Erie Lackawanna. Of course, you already knew that if you watched the Calumet Wilderness. This is actually a research trip. Good people at Pattern Magazine down in Indianapolis, they tapped me to do an article. They're doing an issue on biking and cycling across Indiana. I'll be doing the northwest part of it. So this is really exciting. Go find a few things to write off on my taxes, you know. You know, out here you're going to have to squint because at the horizon, of course, you have the subdivisions. And I imagine over the years, it's just going to keep growing closer and closer. So get out here and hike it while it's open like this, right in the middle of Lake County. Open almost as far as the eye can see. This reminds me a little bit of the Erie Trail just outside North Judson, Indiana. That goes entirely through rural areas, and it's probably one of the most peaceful places I've ever hiked. That's Johnson Ditch. It goes south to Turkey Creek. A little bit of native grasses over here and some wetland plants back there. Not bad. Well, the original segment of the C&O started at Mississippi Street, just a bit north of 30. Moves in a northwest direction, goes through the heart of Merrillville, and then it ended up at 55 Taft Street. So right now we're coming up on Hendricks. So from there it's just a little bit from Hendricks over to Taft. I actually had a friend that lived on Hendricks growing up, so we would just walk through the farm fields to go to Remarkable Bookstore, which of course was a baseball card shop, D&D stuff, and books as well. Oh, the bicyclist went through, so I'm going to do it too. Yeah, good old Hendricks Street. So this is really nice. The trail comes upon Turkey Creek. In fact, there's two bridges right here, this little bend in the creek. It's my first time seeing the creek from here. Really exciting. A tiny little waterfall right down there. And over here you have the subdivision. Takes the name Lottaville, which, in case you're wondering, is a very old name that goes back to one of the early farming families out here. Some of you know I've been trying to find a newspaper article that probably came out a couple of decades ago about a fellow who kayaked most of Turkey Creek. Don't know where he put in at, but he came out at Lake George. So he would have come through this part here, and Yeah, I could see this being pretty pleasant. Very shallow, but it moves. I don't see any major obstacles in this little part. Well, one advantage of me letting this footage sit on my phone for a year and a quarter is that I've had some time to go look at some of the old maps. And yes, this is Sam of February 2025 here. Using the public land survey system, I can figure out what sections I was walking through and then find those same places on some of the interesting historic maps, like Solon Robinson's map from 1838. One of the best ones for doing historical ecological interpretations. We can see Turkey Creek along the south there. To the left, we have a wet area, and then the rest of it he seems to be indicating is wooded. That wet area to the left there, that's the eastern edge of what's sometimes called Katy Marsh, and I've also seen it called Lake George. Most of that wetland was drained, but a small portion of the northern part in Section 1 there is still preserved in the southern part of Oak Ridge County Park. The Hardesty map of 1876 is usually better for property ownership information, but in this case, there is one interesting bit of ecological information here in Section 8. You notice this grove. That today is Innsbrook Country Club. What's also interesting on the Hardesty map is you can see the outline of two major roads through this part of the region and the paths they take in sections 6 and 8. In 6, you can see Hendricks and then the little angle that becomes Nicholson Road, which eventually becomes 57th Avenue heading east. That's still outlined like that today. And in section 8, you can see the curve where Cleveland becomes Taft. And this map is almost 10 years before Cleveland even took office. Well, that was pretty awesome seeing Turkey Creek like that. Very nice. So, really cool. Another trail in the system here. Love going through places that I've never seen before, especially when they're close to home and places I've been going by all my life. And I'm really glad to have you with me on that. All right, the adventures will continue. You all take care. Happy holidays. Hey, please don't bite me. Hey, I wish I had some fruits or veggies for you. You smell my cats? Not interested? You're beautiful. Come here. Come here, you. I'm friendly. Probably not good for the wild, but hey, come here. Here.